Hey guys, Clay again at Full Tilt Street Rods. Today we're going to do a video on installing one of our 4-links in a 67 Ford truck. So we're doing it in a 67, but all the Chevy pickups 55 to 59, Ford trucks 48 to about 72 are all the same. So we're going to do it in this. You'll get the gist of it, so when you get yours you'll know what's going on. So let's get fired up and get it rolling. Okay, what we have here on the bench is half a kit, just so you know. It comes with all this stuff, but just double. We just put half of it on so you'd see what was going on. We'll get to putting the front brackets on, and we'll show you how quick and simple this really is. Okay, so to start on, we have cut the old frame bracket, the leaf spring mount off the front of this truck just to save a little time, so on and so forth. These are the 4 holes that hold the leaf spring bracket on. We've cut all that stuff off to save us some time. We'll show you how the new one bolts right on. Okay, so front bracket, obviously pretty piece of cake here. Put the bolts in, bolt them into the stock locations. I'm just going to bolt it in real quick. I don't need to put all this stuff on, so you guys, I figure you can figure it out from here. But use the supplied bolts to go with it. Put it on, supplied washers, bolts, everything to go with this. It's a little tricky sometimes to get back in here, but you can do it. And you'll notice on this that there's a hole right here. That hole is not supplied with the frame. You actually have to drill this all the way through so your upper 4-bar bracket or your upper 4-bar will go through there. I'll snug this up and I'll show you how to put 4 bars in. This bracket is your rear end bracket. We've already got ours tacked in place, just cut to the chase and make this video a little shorter. So what you want to do is you want to take your 4 bars, you want to measure them, you want to put them somewhere around 19 and a quarter inches, somewhere between there. And the front bracket, this one up here, takes a 4.5-inch bolt and an aluminum spacer. And what it does, spacer goes on the back side. This will slide in here, I hope. Like such. Top one will do the same thing. So what we've already done with this is already tacked because we already have this on here. But what you normally do is you put these together, you snug these up, you put this piece on here, and then you just swing it up into place. And it should be pretty straight. But you want to make sure that you're centered side to side. And when you get both pieces, both sides in place, up in place, you want to make sure everything's parallel with itself. So this will slide up into here. These are tight because we make them that way. Okay, 3.5-inch bolt on the top bar. You want to put the bolt in backwards so that the head of the bolt will clear the frame. If you put it the other way, it'll hit the frame when the frame goes down if you have your truck really, really low. So there it is, bolted together, so on and so forth. We're going to go to the back side. I'll show you how to put shock brackets on. Okay, so with both bars installed, the reason we started at 18 and a quarter, it's pretty close, or sorry, 19 and a quarter, it's pretty close. But what you want to do is get this plumb, and you can twist your bars backwards or forwards to plumb this. Once that's plumb, you're good to go. What we'll show you to do, we made some new lower shock mounts. And what these do is these bolt on. They can bolt on this way, or you can flop sides and they can bolt on this way. We're gonna bolt them on this way. So you have 2.5-inch bolts that are supplied. Put them in, put them through the 4-bar brackets, put the nuts on the back side, and that's good to go. Okay, what we're gonna do is install the coilover. Obviously no spring, no top, so on and so forth. We just wanted you so you could see the whole thing. This comes with 2 1/2-inch wide spacers. So what you do, leave these a little bit loose so you have a little wiggle room. Take your bolt, stuff it in with a spacer. Make sure the adjuster knobs are out to you. Slide it in. Slide the other spacer in. if it'll go. There again. Come on, baby. We'd like to make this stuff tight, but I didn't think it was this tight. All right, let me do this again. Okay, we're gonna put the upper. Hopefully it'll go easier than the lower one. So these are the upper shock mount. And what they do is they just bolt on each side. Like such, like such. Let me grab a nut. And like such. Leave it a little bit, don't leave it loose, but leave it hand tight to start with. So these will move. As you can see, we've already done our hard work here. This goes down, these go up against the frame. You drill these 4 holes, and you bolt that bad boy together like such. Put all 4 bolts in, tighten everything down, tighten all this stuff down. You're good to go. We'll show you how to put a panhard bar in here. Okay, let's get this bitch finished. So we're gonna put on, this is a Ford 9-inch rear end. We're gonna show you just roughly, quickly how to put the panhard bar bracket. This is the panhard bar bracket that bolts to the rear end. The other end are the same brackets as your upper shock mounts brackets are. There's 6 of these in a kit, so just make sure you have 6 of them. So basically, make sure you're centered, your pumpkin rear end centered side to side. This bolts in here. Big washer, panhard bar, big washer, nut, just like that. Also, what I want you to know is if you are running a Chevy style rear end that this won't bolt to a Chevy style rear end. So what we do is we make an extra long universal bent panhard bar that actually has 2 brackets that weld to the top of the rear end. These are a little bit long, but they're short, and this bolts here, the panhard bar will come up and over to the other side. Similar to this one, it's just for Chevy rear ends that this won't bolt to. Chevy Mopar stuff that, I don't know why you would use it anyway, but put a 9-inch Ford, you'll be happy. Okay, the last thing you want to do is mount the other side of the panhard bar bracket. What you want to do is you want to snug this down so it keeps it tight. Come over here, put your brackets on, drill these 4 holes just like the upper shock mount bracket, piece of cake, bolt it all together, you're good to go. What I want to make sure this is centered before you weld all this crap on, or you'll be sorry once it's all said and done. So once you get this bolted in, go back, bolt everything on, weld everything on, whatever you want to do. These rear end brackets need to weld on. These upper shock brackets you can weld on if you want. I don't, I just bolt them on. It comes with all the bolts, nuts, hardware, washers, so on and so forth. Mount your shocks, take this bitch for a ride, and you'll be good to go. Okay guys, once all of this is bolted, welded, so on and so forth, you're ready to rock and roll down the road. But I want you to know, 55 to 59 Chevy trucks, 48 to 72 Ford trucks, this is all basically the same. The front brackets are about the only thing that's different. Bars are different lengths, so on and so forth. But this is a good instructions for all of those years. Got any problems, any whatever, give me a call. I'm here at least 6 days a week, maybe more. So Clay at Full Tilt, thanks for buying our products, and I appreciate all the good comments on the videos. Guys, have a good one.